Hi, I'm doing a Call of the Week series and the one for this one is white. Last week it was green and today is all about the right word for you. First of all, white is not even a color, it's a shade, and unlike other colors, white is not a combination of pigments. Actually, it is the absence of color. It reflects all visible light, making it appear bright and pure. This lack of hue gives white the ability to enhance other colors and create contrast in different settings. Anyway, for practical reasons, I'm just going to call white a color. It's just easier, but just so you know, it's not a color. It is the classic fashion neutral along with black, but not all whites are the same, and if you have ever bought paint or painted, then you have definitely noticed that. Since white is the absence of color, then that means that you're going to mix other colors into that white. And the way that you do that is by altering the color dimensions. Now, a color analysis, that basically means that we're going to edit the color for it to fit your features. First, we have hue and temperature. So hue is color itself, and white is not a color, but we can have warm whites and then also have cool whites. You can do it by adding pigments to it. So for cool whites, you can do something like blue or purple, and then for the warm whites, you can have yellow or brown. Then we have value, which is how light or dark a color is. White is just light, you are not going to get a dark white. Then we have saturation or chroma, which is about how bright or pure a color is. Again, white is the purest of colors, so it's going to have a high saturation level, but you can make it a little bit more muted if you add colors to it. Color psychology links white to purity, simplicity, and peace. In fashion, it gets brought up a lot when it comes to minimalism and timelessness. If you go for a generic capsule wardrobe list, you're going to get the white button-up, the white t-shirt, and then white sneakers. You shouldn't be following that list anyway, because a capsule wardrobe is about building something that fills both your likes and needs, and some random list on the internet doesn't really do that for you. But since technically we're only talking about colors today, my tip is to not buy optic white just because it's available. You should go for the right whites for you. First, we have springs, and the whites for them should lean towards the warmer hues. Those would be whites with hints of yellow, orange, or brown in them. These warmer whites should complement the sunny and cheerful nature of the spring color palette. Unlike autumns, pure white can work for them because of the vibrant and bright appearance of springs. The ones for clear springs are actually the types of white that you typically see in resort wear collections. Those would be delicate whites that look very fresh. Those whites will offer a fresh and delicate look that goes perfect with the rest of the colors in their palette. When it comes to light springs, white can be a lot for them, unless it is a soft white or something a little bit more creamy. But again, they are a light season, so it's not going to be terrible, and many of them can actually look good in white. Even if white is light and cool and summers are light and cool, pure optic white can be a lot for them, and something interesting about them is that they do tend to be on the neutral cool side, so lots of warm whites from the spring palette work for them. Light summers have a bit more vibrancy to the coloring, just like light springs. They can pull off brighter whites more easily, and they have the advantage that fashion whites tend to lean towards the cool side, which complements their overall coolness. Soft summers, on the other hand, will benefit from more muted shades. Pure white can be quite stark for them, so if you add grey into the mix, you can tone down the brightness and turn it into a softer white. Let's make a pause to say that if you do not know your season, you can use this playlist to find out yours. But if you want me to do the work for you, you can hire me as your personal stylist at gokustyling.com. I also have color palettes that were made for darker skin tones if you want more swatches like this ones. Now we have autumns, and if you are an autumn, actually white won't be one of your best colors. Autumns have a less vibrant and bright coloring than light springs, so that means that pure white is not going to complement the warm coloring most of the time. If you want to wear a color that's not part of your palette, it's important for you to honor at least one of your other color dimensions. In the case of dark autumns, white will never be dark, so they should wear warmer whites just to balance everything out. Soft autumns, on the other hand, should gravitate towards whites that have a more earthy and muted quality. These whites might lean towards muddy and brownish whites like ecru, oatmeal, and bone white. Finally, we have winters, and white was basically made for them. Color analysis is about imitating the colors that you find in nature, and winter and snow are basically synonyms. So, white. Pure optic white is going to be one of the best choices for clear winters. Its bright and crisp appearance is going to complement the high contrast coloring perfectly, especially for those with darker skin tones because light and dark creates a lot of contrast. White allows clear winters to create striking and impactful looks that showcase their vivid color palette. Dark winters are also going to benefit from the versatility of white, especially for those that have a higher saturation level. Pure white can be an excellent choice. It adds a sense of drama and intensity when it gets paired with other deep colors. However, for dark winters that have a blend of winter and summer features, they might benefit from wearing softer whites. These softer whites will offer a balance between the contrast that they need and also not get overpowered by it. And that's it for our exploration of the color of the week, white, which again is not a color, and here's Janet to remind you of that. And since it's not a color, then what's your favorite color? And I'm going to allow you to say white and black, or even brown. Well, brown is a color. Yeah. Oh, grey! I'm a clear spring and I don't really wear white a lot in comparison to cream and ivory, but before my journey with color analysis and styling, I didn't really make the connection that it actually fitted my features a lot more. I've noticed that both for myself and others, that we naturally gravitate towards our best colors. We just don't know why they work, so it becomes an expensive and tiring process of trial and error. But if you want to avoid that process, then you can hire me as your personal stylist at cocostyling.com and I'll do it for you. Remember that if you want to save the swatches that are used in this video, you have to go to my Instagram at cocostyling, and I also posted outfit ideas. By the way, one of my subscribers, her name is Maggie, she wrote a children's book about a warrior from Ghana. This is going to be horrible pronunciation, but it's about the warrior queen Nana Ya Asantewa, and she led the Asante resistance during the colonial times. So if you want to read more about it, you can sign up to get the book as soon as it drops, and I'm going to leave the link in the comments. Bye!